Nostalgia is a powerful, pun semi-intended, tool. Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and welcome to a series that I've nearly started a time or two, but just didn't follow through on, and I'm still actually hoping not to have to produce all that many videos for. This is Orange Ranger Rants. That's a series that I can use when there's something that I want to complain about. Now, I do realize that I'm a reviewer, so practically every video I make has at least one complaint, but when the topic of the video is a complaint, that's when it's time for an Orange Ranger rant. Today, I would like to talk about social media and show marketing. I would very much appreciate it if you would like this video by clicking the thumbs up button right down below. And when the video's done, you'll be able to, of course, leave me a comment with your thoughts on the subject. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to see all of my videos. Ring the bell and get your notifications set up. And I would love it if you would consider supporting this channel financially on either Patreon or Ko-fi. Power Rangers' social media presence has been problematic for some time now. As far as I'm aware, they don't really have much of a presence at all on Facebook. On YouTube, their own channel was doing so badly that Hasbro just found it better to take over another Power Rangers YouTube account and use that as their official account instead. But really, it's Twitter that brings me here to talk to you today. This might be slightly disputable, but in my opinion, I think Twitter right now is really the king of the social media space, and the Power Rangers Twitter hasn't been all that amazing for a few years now. A primary problem is a lack of promotion of the currently running show, or any show that was not Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Any post that we saw came from the official Power Rangers Twitter focused on the ones that everyone knew, those first couple of Mighty Morphin seasons. But recently, there's been a change. I can't remember or pinpoint exactly when it happened, within the last 6 months or so, but really I think more recently than that, but something strange and wonderful happened. Power Rangers Twitter suddenly got funny. They started posting memes, started interacting more with other accounts. And yes, started posting things about seasons of Power Rangers that were not Mighty Morphin. It was an exciting moment. Power Rangers Twitter is finally run by someone who knows what they're doing. That's something that we should all be celebrating. Right?
I think not!
Well, no, apparently not. Forget your memes. On your funny, relatable posts that get all the retweets. Where is the trailer for Beast Morphers Season 2? Now, this is a call that this account could have just completely ignored, but they actually chose to respond to it, and I think in a hilarious fashion, with the recently pretty well-known and pretty funny, "Sir, this is a Wendy's" meme. But you see, I think that meme was very carefully and intentionally chosen. You see, the joke of that meme is it's a response to somebody who is ranting about a subject that they very clearly care about a great deal, but holds no real relevance to the person they're talking to. And that was the situation in this case, because the person running the Power Rangers Twitter account does not make and is not directly responsible for releasing that trailer. They will release it, of course. When it finally drops, I fully expect a tweet or retweet from that account on the subject. What I'm saying is it's not their decision when to do so. This is a social media account, not the big upper office at Hasbro. This person, whomever they may be, has been hired to make Power Rangers relevant on Twitter again, to make posts that get retweeted and get people talking about Power Rangers. You see, I think that is actually the problem, and that is what turned this from just a tweet storm into a full-on video. What we're seeing here is fans of Power Rangers that have become accustomed to being a niche and being marketed to directly, being less comfortable with Power Rangers speaking generally, trying to bring in a wider general audience.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
There are a number of very successful franchises that have thrived in being niche and speaking to and marketing directly to their fans. And I'm reminded of what Jim Sterling of Jimquisition said about the Dead Space video game series failing when EA dragged it away from being a niche sci-fi horror series and tried to make it something more mainstream. It is not wrong to want to see the trailer for the next season of Power Rangers. And one area that Power Rangers has failed at pretty strongly in recent years is advertising. Nickelodeon has failed really bad in marketing this show while they've had it. It only gets very general trailer-esque commercials, while their own first-party shows, even similarly themed shows such as Henry Danger, get episode-specific commercials. I just feel like a trailer for the next season is something that we should be expecting from the YouTube channel or a Power Rangers website, not specifically the Twitter account. I do get that the Twitter account is one of the avenues with which you communicate, but people just contact this account and say, "Where's the trailer?" instead of asking them to communicate with Hasbro and release the trailer. I just think that the Power Rangers Twitter has been killing it lately. They got relevant, they got funny, and while they are still pretty MMPR focused, they're not entirely MMPR focused. Do you remember when Tesla announced their latest car and it was this metal square boxy thing? And the Power Rangers Twitter responded with the SPD Battle Wagon? They have shown the ability to step away from MMPR when it's relevant. But again, they are marketing to a general audience that is using Twitter. This statistic was a little hard to track down and it's kind of debated, but the average age of a Twitter user in the United States is believed to be around 26 or 27 years old. And while yes, it is true that those people were only just born when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers came out, that was the big popular show as they were growing up. Now, who is the target audience of Power Rangers Beast Morphers? Children. Twitter is not the primary place that you should be advertising a show when that show's target audience is children. Actually, you could even take this a step further. All of this COPPA stuff that's affected YouTube recently, Twitter could and perhaps should shy away from being seen as advertising to children. So, as I try to sum this video up, what points am I trying to make in making this rant? Number one, the Power Rangers Twitter account should have the goal of broadening the awareness of the Power Rangers franchise as a whole, not just advertising the individual currently running season. If anything, I think they could take a page from Toei and start specific Twitter accounts for the currently running season if that's something they want to advertise via Twitter. Number two, we need to remember that this is a show that is aimed at children, and the tactics to advertise the show will keep that in mind. Power Rangers is not a Hollywood film. Okay, so it has been a Hollywood film more than once. And yes, it's going to be again, but I expect that to be advertised differently. Number three, patience is a virtue. As of the writing of this video, we were still 3 weeks away from the debut of the next season of the show. There was, and probably still is as of the posting of this video, still plenty of time to get this new trailer. Yes, they need to do a better job of advertising the show, but we also could show a little bit more patience. Number four, perhaps most importantly of all, nostalgia is a powerful tool, pun semi-intended, for this franchise. This was one of the hardest lessons for me to learn as a fan. I used to be one of the loudest voices decrying all the nostalgic focus on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and instead calling for more focus on the franchise as a whole. But nostalgia is just too strong a pull to avoid using in marketing. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers needs to be the gateway to the franchise. We live in an age where what's old is new again. People that are of the age where they're using Twitter on a regular basis remember Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and it gives them all those lovely, warm, nostalgic feelings. That's your hook. That is your gateway into the other seasons. Get them thinking about how much they loved Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as kids and how retro cool it seems to them now. Then you can link it to things that they've come to love as adults. Do you remember Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and you're also a big Harry Potter fan? Might I interest you in Power Rangers Mystic Force? So you remember those robot dinosaurs and spandex warriors you loved so much as kids, but now you're a big fan of Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Why don't you take a look at Power Rangers SPD? You loved those teenagers with attitude when you were younger, and now you just so happen to have eaten something far past its expiration date, really spoiled and rotten, and need to get it out of your system as soon as possible? Why don't you take a look at Power Rangers Ninja Steel? You knew it was coming. Summing this up, or at least trying to, I feel like, and I've heard other people say this too as a matter of fact, that Power Rangers is sitting in this very tenuous spot right now. Over the past couple of weeks, we've learned about the very unfortunate departure of Melissa Flores from Hasbro, and if Chip Lynn is staying with Hasbro, it's pretty clear he's not going to be the TV show's executive producer anymore. Hasbro has spent 2 years learning how this franchise works, and now they're definitively taking the reins. That has fans feeling pretty anxious. Trust me, I'm one of them. Beast Morphers has turned out to be a hybrid adaptation, just as Wild Force bridged between Saban and Disney. 2021 stands as this really weird watershed year for the Power Rangers franchise. We're going to be getting the brand new Power Rangers movie. We're going to get a season of Power Rangers on television that does not have a second season contractually settled, at least as of the writing of this video. Power Rangers is in the midst of some pretty massive changes, and none of us can be sure what this brand is going to look like this time next year or the year after. I don't mean to discourage excitement. I want to see the brand new trailer for Beast Morphers Season 2 as well, of course I do. I think the anger that you're hearing in this video just stems from the fact that I'm seeing something that I see as a very positive development for the franchise, the reinvigoration of the brand's Twitter account, being poo-pooed by fans because it's not giving them what they specifically want. Growing a brand to the major, incredible level that we all want it to be requires speaking to more than just the very niche of the niche of fans. You have to let Power Rangers speak to the most general audience it can. And before I could even get home to film this video, this story changed. I wanted to leave the script as it was written and put this in at the end to reflect my feelings before this came out and then when this came out. You see, the person running this Twitter account isn't only really funny and not only really skilled at working on brand relevance, they are actually listening. As I finished writing the script, I found that they had made this post. Look everybody, they know what Beast Morphers is. They said there could be news on Beast Morphers as soon as this week, and then immediately joked that this week does not necessarily mean Monday morning. February is going to be a big month for Power Rangers Beast Morphers, and the account and the franchise loves all of their fans. Whew! Well, I was hardly expecting to get 1 full page out of this, let alone 3, and that last-minute tweet story pushed this script onto page 4. But I hope I've made some good points for you, and more importantly, I hope that I've made you think about this issue going forward. In the comments below, let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Let me know down in the comments below and let's hash this out. Until next time, heroes, may the power protect you and us all. Rant over. This is Orange Ranger Rants, and this is a series that I'll just do it again. And speaking to and marketing to directly to It is not wrong to want to see the trailer for the next season of Power Rangers. And you also just so happen to have recently eaten something that was very spoiled past the but then you can start linking it to things they like now, and if Chip Lynn is not